Let's finish talking about the MLB Top 100. Pipeline just updated their Top 100 and their Top 30 lists.
Prospects.
There's been a lot of change, and it feels like Aram should be on right now, but he isn't. I'm sure Aram and I are going to be talking about this. And also, just baseball.com's Top 100 is going to be coming out soon. And
Coming out soon.
I think it's going to be good, and I think it's going to be a little bit
better
more
than this.
accurate. I think it's going to be better than this, although they did get some things right.
They did pretty well overall.
I think so. Let's run through the top 10 right now. Adley Rutschman is the new number one prospect in baseball. That makes a lot of sense to me. Julio Rodriguez is number 2. J-Rod can smack the baseball. Bobby Witt is 3. Spencer Torkelson is 4. Marco Luciano is the youngest guy and the only teenager in the top 10. He checks in at 5. CJ Abrams, although he's out for the rest of the year, is the 6th best prospect in baseball. Riley Green, 7. Grayson Rodriguez is the top pitching prospect in all of baseball. He's 8. Marcelo Mayer is the highest rated 2021 draftee at 9. And Francisco Alvarez, the Mets catching prospect, is the 10th best prospect in baseball. That all kind of makes sense. And, going into this year, Mackenzie Gore was the best pitching prospect in baseball. Gore shot down this list, and E-Rod shot his way up. They got it right with the best one.
I agree. And I think that one pitcher who I think I think there's 2. I think Cavalli with the Nationals, and I think Shane Baz with the Rays. They both rival Grayson for that top pitcher spot. I also don't understand why Marcelo Mayer is already at 9. Do you? I get that he's good, but is he already better or more projectable than a Francisco Alvarez, who is most likely going to be an all-star level caliber catcher? Also, a guy like Brennan Davis has been destroying baseballs. He's at 14. Right. Tristan Cassis, I love with the Red Sox at 19 or at 18. I mean, we love Vidal Brujan, and it was at 22 when Henry Davis went number 1 over Marcelo Mayer, and yet Henry Davis sits at 23.
Yeah, so Mayer, I think it's Mayer. I don't think it's Mayer.
Is it Mayer or Meyer?
I thought it was Mayer, Marcelo Mayer. All we know is Marcelo is at number 9, and he's got the latest ETA of any of the top 10, 2024. Yeah. It feels early to put him in the top 10, especially when you have somebody like Jack Leiter, who's just outside at 12. I feel like Leiter could have very well been. Leiter is the 2nd best pitching prospect in baseball per MLB.com, and I feel like he could be in the 10 spot or the 9 spot if you wanted to bump Alvarez up one. But yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'm just going to roll through this top 100 and point out some guys that I think
I want to do that too. Rated. Here, how about this? We'll do this. You point out some guys who you think are too high, and I'll point out some guys who I think are too low.
Okay, fair. Do want to give quick love for Brennan Davis, who checks in at 14. That's a great spot for Brennan Davis. Guy's going to be a star. Too high, you're going to hate this, Anthony Volpe at 15.
He's pretty high. I didn't think he would be at 15. That's crazy. I mean, I love him. I love the prospect, but 15, I saw that ahead of Jason Dominguez, who's 17. I saw that and I was like, whoa. He's already better than Dominguez. Is he really that guy? He's good. He's a good shortstop prospect. Remember, he played with Jack Leiter in high school as the Yankees' first-round pick, went 30th overall. He's a good player, and he's had an insanely good season. But is he 15? I don't know. I agree with you. It's a little high.
I think Nick Lodolo is too low.
He was going to be one of my guys who I said way too low.
Yeah. I think he needs to be above Hunter Green, but he's not. He's like 5 spots under
Hunter Green is too low. Have you been seeing what Hunter Green has been doing lately?
103.
103, and he's actually pitching now. Yeah. I think with that athleticism, with that fastball, I mean, if we just look at his stats right now. In 2021, he has a 3.16 ERA. He has 124 strikeouts in 88 innings. And the whip is at 1.13. He's got the stuff. It's all about once he just learns how to pitch. And he's learning how to pitch right now. I actually think Hunter Green is too low. Too low.
Too low. Interesting. I think Keibert Ruiz is too high at 19.
It's a little high. Cade Cavalli is so low at 41. That's so low. It's so low. He should be so much higher. Also, Kristen Pasha, he was 9 last year. He's 40 now. I think he's only going to continue to drop because he's a 22-year-old. He's still got time, but right now he's hitting 111 with a 152 on base and he's slugging 206 in 22 games in the minor leagues right now. In AAA, I guess, but
it's not good.
It's not good.
I think Alec Thomas is too low. I'm a big fan of Alec Thomas. Diamondbacks, freak athlete. He's a freak athlete. He's a fire hydrant that can mash, and he's also just fast as shit. He's got a great arm. The fielding is so there. I am not the biggest fan of Tyler Soderstrom. He's at 46. Really? Yeah, I think he's a little bit too high.
Interesting, because Dustin and Arm really like the bat. Why don't you think so?
I don't think he has a wow factor there.
Interesting. Kind of like no pop, no differentiator.
Yeah, no whoa.
MJ Melendez is too low. He is one of the league leaders in home runs in the entire minor leagues as the entire minor leagues as a catcher, and was a field first guy and is now coming in with the bat. I always love those types of guys, especially the catcher. And he's ranked at 73. Also, Gunnar Henderson at 80. The 20-year-old in high A right now is a really good shortstop prospect for the Orioles. He's at 80. That just seems really low. And I know I see these guys, and I'm basically saying everyone's too low. Also, shout out Sam Huff at number 100, has 2 home runs that went over 500 feet.
Yeah, seriously. A couple other guys that I think are too low. JJ Bleday at 77.
He hasn't been good. He's been bad.
George Valera at 69 and Nick Gonzalez at 68. I think those guys are good. Just want to point out 2 more names before we say goodbye. Mackenzie Gore all the way down to 62. What a fall from grace there. That's tough. It's tough.
I mean, in AAA, 5.85 ERA, he has 12 walks in 20 innings, and he hasn't
pitched since mid-June.
Yeah, I mean, those are the stats. Those are what we've been working with for this season, and he's been hurt.
Yep. And then Asa Lacy is a top 75 prospect in baseball. I don't see it right now. He can't throw strikes.
I just think he's got the potential. It's so hard to keep him out of it. Also, Josiah Gray is at 54. He's good. He's better than 54, and he's also a major leaguer. I like the list, though. I don't think it's too – all the right names are in here. I mean, we love George Kirby and Emerson Hancock with the Mariners. They're at 35 and 36. Jose Barrero, we saw him at the Futures game as well. He's so good with the glove. Just a smooth criminal. Like, so glidey. Just so, like that. Moving the shoulders. He was such a shoulders guy.
Yeah, this is good for the audio podcast crowd.
Yeah. No one can see me just like weirdly turning my head.
No.
To try to describe smoothness.
Man, yeah, I don't think they screwed this list up too bad, but there are some people that I'm just like, wow.
It's like, why was he rated here if this guy's here? What kind of basis are you doing it on? That's why you guys are going to love the Just Baseball Top 100 list, because we've spent way more time, I think, on it than the MLB Pipeline people do. I'm not sure. It's not fair to discount their work over there at MLB Pipeline, but I can guarantee you that we're working extremely hard on this one, and it's going to be the best goddamn list you've ever seen.
He is